Hello and welcome to my Office at Hand Hillsides tutorial. The first thing you're going to want to do to access Office at Hand's backend management website, you have to just open a browser. So here, for example, this is the website you're going to need to go to. It's going to be Office at Hand dash or login dash officeathand.att.com. Um, if you can't find it or you're having issues with that, you could always Google and just enter in Office at Hand login, and you'll find this URL. This is going to be the fastest, or the first. This is going to be the URL that you need to log into, and you can just enter in your information. For example, right here, I would put in the phone number that I'm trying to log into. Extension's always going to be 101. Password is going to be the password that you're given to log into the account. Uh, Once you log in, it's going to ask you for a security number if you're using a computer that normally isn't used for management, and it's going to email the person ahead of the account uh, the info for or the security code that is needed to log into the account. Once you sign in, it's going to give you like a little hint of who is going to get the email. As of right now, it is either going to be Sandra, Jocelyn, or Cindy, depending on which account you log into. It'll give you a little hint of what the email's name is, and from there you can figure out who's getting the email that you need to access. Once you log in, this is going to be the screen that you're going to see. For example, I'm in Sandra's account right now. Um, if you're making a new account or setting up a new account, um, this is going to be the first thing you're going to want to go over is the users tab right here. You should see two users that are already made. There should be one that's an admin account. For example, the 101 account, just make sure that you click on that account if you're setting up a new one. It's going to have like a generic name. From here, you can just go to user details and uh, insert in the information that you'd want for the name of the account. It's just there for aesthetic reasons. It's just for your eyes only. Uh, for contact info, just put in the person's number that is ahead of the account and their email. Oh, um, settings and permissions. You might want to change the role to super admin. If you're not able to do that, you might need contact Office at Hand to do that. To be honest, it shouldn't matter as long as you just log into the right account. That's all that really matters. That's it for the user details tab. The next tab is going to be the screening, greeting, and hold music. From here, you could change the audio while connecting and the hold music if you put a person on hold. So you could choose like from a library of music that you have to spice it up, spice up the sound, I guess, if you want to change it at all from a generic hold music or audio. Um, Call handling and forwarding. From here, you could basically make a failsafe by having uh, the person calling, if the person that's on uh, on duty doesn't pick up, you could add in another phone number to call after that. Uh, if you want to have another person as backup for the phones. You could change it to call another number simultaneously, so at the same time. For example, we set this account up for Sandra so that it calls her account first, which is the desktop and mobile account here. It will have 4 rings for 20 seconds, and if she were not to pick up, it calls the office, the Hillsides office, Arcadia office. So you could enter in a phone number if you'd like onto another tab, let's say this one for example, and change how many rings it gets if you want to add like more people, or if you're making a new account, you could just put in another person's cell phone number that's supposed to be on call at the time. Um, this is just used just for backup. Keep in mind that the order is always going to be starting with this, the desktop and mobile account. You could change the orders of the others by just moving this area right here, and you could just enter in whatever phone number and enable the other numbers that you want to get calls. And that's it for this tab. Messages. this is going to be the area where you make your voicemail greeting. So first, if you want to make your voicemail greeting, you could choose the extension. Just choose the one that you want to use. We're on Sandra's account, so we'll just keep it on Sandra's extension 101. If you go to edit here, you can start recording your greeting. You could choose custom, default, just make it's just an automated greeting. Go to custom, click record, and just record whatever greeting you want to leave. Click it again, and you're done. Just make sure that you're making your recording on a computer that has a microphone on it. Usually laptops are the best because they have a microphone built into them. But if you have a desktop with a webcam, that works as well. And that's it for the user area. Next is going to be phone systems at the top right here. You go to auto receptionist. The things you're going to want to change here is just the company hours. Make sure it's 24/7. I believe that it's normally automatically set to something else, so just make sure it's at 24/7. And you go to IVR settings. Here, the only area you're going to really need to edit is going to be the company hours and greeting. Company hours greeting. Here, basically what happens is that when you normally call, the greeting is an automated greeter that says, "Thank you for calling Hillsides, blah, blah, blah. If you want to go to your party's extension, please press this and enter in the extension, etc." That we don't want. We just want to go directly to the person that is on call. So just choose this. So just choose bypass greeting and go to extension, and just choose the extension or just choose the account that is being logged into. So, for example, Jocelyn's and Cindy's, you're only using one account and you're only logging in with the 101 extension. So just choose the 101 extension. This one, we have two accounts. It's for Sandra and Mercedes. So basically the way this is being used is that when it's Mercedes' time to get the calls, Sandra will just go in and change to Mercedes' extension. And if it's her turn, she'll just change it back to her account. But since Cindy and Jocelyn only have one account, just make sure it just stays on the 101 extension. Here is the same thing too. Just choose the one that you want to have on call. Just in case, for phone numbers, tab right here. Oh, sorry. Company info tab. It's the last tab that you need to know. Here you could insert in the company name if you want to use the automated greeter. It will say this name here, Hillsides Foster Care Intake. So for example,